I know I've already done this video, but I wanted to recreate it to make it better. Hi guys, it's Leslie again. Today we're going to be discussing HSC major visual art artworks. Yeah, just a little recap. I completed my HSC in 2016. It does seem like a while ago now, as it's coming up to 2018, but I did receive a band 6, so I kind of think I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully. I'm just going to show you my drawings and my A3 art book just as I go, so hopefully you'll understand. The first piece of advice I'll give you is to relax. You've probably found this video in a panic, and I completely understand that you're stressed. I was too. Next, pick something that you're good at. Whatever you love to do in art, you're always doing. Yeah, do that. If you know your strength is photography or painting, or even both, I don't recommend you build a sculpture. When you do decide this, make sure you check out the restrictions for the size and weight limits and materials on the Bosdes website. I can't stress that enough. Next, think of your concept. What do you want your artwork to be about? For example, what do you want people to see through your eyes is what you're really trying to show the markers. I'm just going to flash back to past me now to tell you about my concept. Artwork is called Keep Me Posted, and this is pretty much the overview of what the concept is. Due to new technology, it is easier to connect with people across the world. However, the art of letter writing is slowly vanishing. The youth of today will never know what it is like to have a pen pal or receive a handwritten letter in the mail. Whilst the internet still gives us new possibilities to connect, handwriting and calligraphy, stamped with wax seals, is becoming extinct. My artwork is about... Why can't I talk? My artwork is about the lost art of letter writing and how society today will never truly grasp the concept or ancient practice in what beauty that it originated. Formally addressed and touching notes lose their personal connection through cyber use. Ink or paper with carefully crafted writing is a heartwarming and can be perfected as an art form, whereas typical letters or a screen don't have an intimate feel with the recipient. This would effectively influence the audience by making them reflect on the world as it is, was, and what the world could be. When you have decided all of this, create sketches of what you want the end result to look like and annotate them. Don't worry if you don't particularly like it, because your ideas will evolve as you go through the year. Do lots and lots of drawings and sketches. This will help cement your idea. Now decide on a plan, what you want done and by when. Say you want 4 final drafts by term 1, 2 paintings done by the second term, and so on. The markers like you to also have a specific artist that you can relate your practice to. However, it isn't necessary. I remember stressing over this for no reason. In the end, it didn't really matter as long as your skills and or concept is really strong, so don't worry too much about that if you can't find one. Now that you're done all that, you really should start creating. For my artwork, it took a long time. I think the required amount of hours to spend on each major work is about 60 hours through the entire year. I can safely say I did a lot more than that, working on it whenever I had spare period or both before and after school. However, I have a lot of pieces that I had wanted and a lot of layers I wanted to put in as well. I drew all of my pieces on envelopes just to convey the concept more. The drawings and calligraphy all related to letter writing, and a little story I wrote of 2 lovers who were writing to each other in wartime. Layering in my artwork was the biggest issue I had, mainly because there was a piece of paper that I had also drawn on inside each envelope, with tracing paper that had calligraphy with words relating again to letter writing. They were also presented in a letterbox that I created, and I also drew previously on one of the envelopes. I also used some of the drawings I didn't like as much and shrunk them down and cut them into stamps and pasted them on the back of some of the previous pieces. Also, a little side note, make sure you go to your teachers for help. My teacher was my saving grace, and I can't thank her enough to this day for what she did for me. Make sure you listen to what the teachers say and take on their feedback. Help with your HSC artworks, I suggest going to art museums and looking at previous works, or you can leave a comment and I'll hopefully get back to you within an acceptable amount of time. Hopefully. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Lily. Yeah, have a good day. Bye. I'm just... So my first piece is a... why can't I talk? Sit me in front of the camera and I can't talk, why? I don't know what I'm doing.